Hello there, guys. Today's study is a bit tricky. We are two pawns up, and they're going in this direction, so they're very close to promotion. And it might look like this is a pretty easy win for white, but as I wrote in the thumbnail, black has some stalemate traps that we really have to watch out for. So, without information, you can pause the video now and analyze this on your own and see if you can find out how white wins this in the end. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. So, obviously, this pawn is unprotected right now. Black threatens to take here. And if we do a random move, he will simply take it. And this bishop will be able to stop this pawn. He can sacrifice on the pawn at any time and settle a draw for black. So we need to protect this pawn, and obviously it's in the dark square, so we cannot use our bishop. We cannot promote it. It will still be taken, and this pawn is not good enough to win. So there's only one starting move actually, and that is h6. It's the only move protecting this pawn. Yes, it puts this pawn in jeopardy because black can take it, but then he allows us to promote. And this is not the stalemate trap I was referring to in the thumbnail. This is a stalemate position if it wasn't for this bishop. But as we have our king also on the dark square, we are really not afraid of this. He can move his bishop. He can try this. And of course, if we take it, that means it's a stalemate. But in this position, we prefer to give a check first. And whatever black king goes to, these two squares, then we take this with a checkmate. So that's an easy win. Okay, so after h6, black cannot take here. He still has to cover this g8 square for our pawn to promote. So his response is pretty obvious, bishop a2. Now he's going to stop this pawn, and now he's really threatening to take this pawn and save the draw. So, white's turn again, and what should we do? Well, this is fairly easy, the next move also. We cannot move the bishop because it doesn't do any good. Our pawns are in black squares, so we have to protect it with our king. And the question is, should we go to h5 or g5? Well, I can tell you now, the correct move is the king to g5. If we put it on h5, it's just a draw, and I'm going to show you why little later on in this video. So, okay, these first moves were not that hard to find. The question is now. Now it's getting more interesting because now is the stalemate trap I was talking about. The king can only go to g8 here, which means black has this fantastic defense. Now he will play bishop to b3. And it's obvious, if we take it, this is a stalemate. Black cannot move anywhere, which means it's a draw. So from this position, now we have to find out how will white win from here. And now it might be a good time to pause the video again, I think, for you. Go ahead. Okay, so the black plan is just to follow our bishop anywhere he goes like this, and he's never able to take back. He can just keep on doing this back and forth and trying to get get to the 50 move rule, really 50 moves without any pieces getting captured or any pawn being moved. It's a draw. So we have to do something else from here. And the correct plan for white to win this is to put the bishop on d7. Of course, black will follow with his bishop to e6, but now we have a brilliant move that will help us. And it's of course not taking here, it's a draw still. But we can do something else. Do you see it? Yes, we are moving our king up and we are sacrificing our pawn. And that's why the king had to be on g5 and not on h5. So the second move was moving the king here, so we enabled the king to keep on going to f6 and sacrifice our bishop here. Black will of course take the bishop if it tries something else, maybe like this. Well, then we have different ways to win, but the easiest is just to put the bishop on e6. Now something like this is losing pretty quick, you see. And of course, if we manage to exchange our bishop, it's also a very easy win. Okay, so here black will take our bishop. He will accept our sacrifice. And the question is, how do we continue? Again, it's only one move that wins for white. The king should continue, and it should not go to e7. This is just a draw. Now black can bring down his bishop, and it will come to the b3 square next move, and he will protect everything. No, instead, we just ignore the bishop. We go for protecting the g8 square and be able to promote here to a queen. And that's why we had to lure this bishop to exactly the d7 square. If it would be anywhere else, it could have just gone to this diagonal with a check, and everything would be in vain. And the same is from the beginning if we would have put our bishop on e8. This wouldn't have worked because after he takes, well, he's still protecting the f7 square, so that's not possible. So instead, this is the plan, allowing him to take, move the king to f7, and it turns out he cannot stop this promotion. He can sacrifice back, but of course, that is an easy win with these two pawns, and he cannot do anything else. Taking here, well, this is of course easy win for us very soon. So that's how you solve this puzzle. You watch out for the stalemate traps. You sacrifice your bishop, and then you go to a position where your king can come to f7, and then you win from here. All right, thank you everybody for watching. Have a great day. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye.